Start with retirement and discover one's vocation. What if we have the order wrong? What if the real problem of modern life is not that we work too little, but that we decide too early what we will work on for the rest of our lives? The ancient philosophers would find our urgency strange. For them, the goal of life was not productivity, it was flourishing. Aristotle believed that every human being has a function, not assigned by society, but rooted in who they are. A good life, he said, is one where our daily activity aligns with our nature and our virtues. The Stoics added something essential. They taught that real freedom begins when survival no longer consumes the mind. Only when basic needs are secure does a person gain the space to ask deeper questions. Who am I? What am I suited for? What kind of work lets me live well? When survival labor is no longer required, space opens. Space to think, space to explore, space to discover vocation. But modern life does the opposite. We rush children through education. We rush teenagers into career paths. We rush adults into work before they truly know themselves. Our education systems reward memory. Remember this. Repeat that. Reproduce what you were taught. But in the age of AI, memory is no longer scarce. An AI agent can read, summarize, and analyze more books than a human could read in a lifetime. So the question becomes, do we really need bigger memories, or do we need better judgment? The most vital skills today are critical thinking and contextual thinking. The ability to zoom out, to see systems, to understand meaning. AI gives us the puzzle pieces, but humans still need to see the picture. You must sense where a piece belongs before it is placed. You must understand order, proportion, and purpose. These are not technical skills. They are human ones, yet we label people early. Grades, tracks, predictions. You are this. You are not that. But how can someone know their calling before they have lived? We all know people who left school early and regret it later. We also know people who followed the system perfectly and still feel empty. So we should ask, honestly, how many people truly love what they do? How many feel aligned, fulfilled, and content for decades? The Stoics would say this is not a failure of individuals. It is a failure of structure. We demand commitment before understanding. So what if we reverse the order? Imagine a world where you start with retirement. Not retirement as withdrawal, but retirement as preparation. Paid time to explore, to study different fields, to practice different crafts, to travel, to meet mentors, to fail safely. A prolonged apprenticeship to life itself. In ancient thought, leisure was not laziness. It was the condition for wisdom. Only unhurried minds could ask meaningful questions. Only free attention could discover true vocation. Imagine young people delaying specialization, not to avoid responsibility, but to choose wisely. Then when they enter the workforce, they do not enter out of fear. They enter out of clarity. Work becomes expression, craft, contribution, not mere obligation, but creative force. In this future, AI is not the enemy. It handles survival labor. Humans reclaim purpose. Aristotle called this living according to virtue, alignment between what you do and who you are. The Stoics called it freedom, not freedom from work, but freedom within it. Maybe the future is not working less, but choosing better, not faster decisions, but wiser ones, not more speed, but more direction. So perhaps the real question is not, what job should I get? But who am I when I am not rushing to survive? If we give people that space first, vocation does not arrive late in life. It arrives with clarity. And in the age of machines, that may be the most human achievement of all.